Hi guys, thank you so much for taking your time so I can give this presentation and just inform you guys of a topic. The topic that I'm going to be sharing today is about what it takes to lead a mission trip. So I wanted to start with two verses because I think before I could give you guys this information of what it takes, we should know what it means to a mission trip. So a mission trip is a short-term journey, or it could be long-term as well. Um, the goal for a mission trip is to share Christ with people, to be His hands and feet. The biblical foundation of a mission trip comes from Jesus' command, the great commandment. Go and make disciples of all nations. So I want to focus on two verses today. And the first one is Matthew 28:19. And it says, therefore, go make disciples of all nations, baptizing them in the name of the Father, the Son, and the Holy Spirit, and teaching them everything that I have commanded you. So that's where we get why we do mission trips. The second verse I want to focus is, how then can they call on the one that they not believe in? And how can anyone preach unless they're sent? As it's written, how beautiful are the feet of those who share the good news. The reason I chose these two verses as I prepare for this presentation was, one, because we want to obey God, so we're called. And the second one, I love how God tells us that, as we go, He sends us, so we're not going on our own. So mission trip is the answer to go and be sent. So I'm going to focus, how I said earlier in this presentation, on 6 steps that it takes to lead a mission trip. I found my sources from church leaders and from church leader source. That's where I got these 6 steps that I'm going to share with you guys. So the first one is the initial vision and planning. So every time we do something, we need to have a vision for it and a plan for it. So the first one is you start planning 12 to 18 months when you do a mission trip. And this is what you need in advance so you can have a proper mission trip. The second thing, as you start vision and planning, you do a prayer, of course. You want to pray where you're going to go, the scene, the vision, the purpose, the team discussion, and the clear spiritual goals. The next step is to identify the purpose of this trip. A lot of the mission trips, you could deal with kids ministry, with evangelism, with church support, maybe outreaches. So you want to know the purpose for this mission trip as you're gathering people to sign up for your mission trip. And the last thing is form a small core planning team early on. So if you want to have a co-leader as early in the mission trip, or just gather with your church, but it's a core planning team. What it's going to take, what is the purpose. So partnering up with the host organization on the ground, it's for the pre-trip as well. You want to contact them way in advance, 18 months in advance, to see what's going to go on, what's the purpose. So that's the first step of what it takes to plan a mission trip. The second step is a timeline and a checklist. And this is very important so we could be in check with, leading up to this mission trip. So the mission trip timeline checklist is 10 to 12 months. You choose a location, you confirm local partners, and you begin the visa and passport. Who has gone on a mission trip before? Yeah, okay. Yeah, so hopefully this information will help you want to lead a mission trip in the future. And then for the timeline checklist is 6 to 8 months out. You have a team recruitment, training, early fundraising. And this is really important that it's between this month, so you can have a solid team that you can train, that they can know what's going to go on, but also too for fundraising. And then the 1 to 2 months, this is like the last of your checklist for the timeline, is you finalize travel, rehearse team roles. When you take a group of students or church members with this mission trip, you want to see their roles, what each of them are doing, their gifts and talents. Maybe someone loves kids, maybe someone's good at organizing. And then after the trip, this is really important because a lot of the times we miss this part. But after the trip, you want to evaluate the impact that it had. So debrief with the team, maintain connection with the host as well. You know, we want to make a good connection and a long-term relationship. That it's not like, hey, I did a mission trip, you know, but you want, how can this be a fruitful mission trip for your trip? And then the third step to lead a mission trip is team preparation and training. So you organize regular team meetings. This could be maybe 8 weeks, 10 weeks, but those are regular meetings. You train members in culture sensitive because they're going to see different cultures wherever they're going. Basic local language phrases, you know, if they're going to Africa, you know, some basics of how to say hi. If they're going to France, you know, just some basic language. And then the team roles, how I mentioned earlier, and spiritual preparation. So spiritual preparation, you know, prayer with the team, devotionals, testimony. And then this would help build the team strong, a stronger dynamics. And the reason we want to just prepare the team at full, because we don't want to be on the field and have a lot of conflict that we were able to prepare beforehand. So creating info meetings, collecting application, organizing travel logistics, meaning passport, flight, training, budgeting, fundraising, safety protocols. You know, in some countries you can't do certain things. And communication with team and donors. Now, the fourth step is design the trip with not just for local communities, but ensure the team would contribute to long-term growth. So this is a collaboration with the host. So this is the fourth step. We want to have a good, good relationship with the host. How I said, you want to be a long-term relationship. So avoid the saver mentality that, oh, we're going to be the one saving your city, you know, but listen to their needs. You know, how can you serve them? How can we be humble to serve their needs? And then between host partners and team leaders, align the goals and the skills and insurance, the help that they need. We want to partner up with them. We don't want to be a burden to them. And now the fifth step is the logistics and budgeting. This is so important of the mission trip. So you want to have major logistics covered with flights, local transportation, food and lodging. Travel insurance is so important. You never know what could happen on the field with a church member, a student, and health precautions. It's important to have that insurance as well. And then the gifts of love offering to the host. So you want to have that ready for the host. You know, a love offering that you could give to them. So in the fundraising planning, if you could add that as well. And then build transparent budgeting with fundraising plan. So meaning transparent, that you can show the church or your church partners, okay, this is what fundraising, all of this is going to be for fundraising. So offer a step-by-step guide from praying about destination choice, hosting an orientation before, sending the church, establishing payments and deadlines. So with your group, you want to have a way that they could pay. You know, you want to have deadlines for them. And of course, you always want to secure the airfare. That's really important while you're doing your budgeting and logistics. And now the last step is fundraising and promotion. So this source I call it from Servant Life. So you want to promote your trip in your church. So we want to have partners that are coming alongside with us, that they understand the vision, the great commandment to go and make disciples. So we want them to come on board with us. So use fundraising methods like letters, events, online campaigns, sponsorship. So I encourage you guys, steps to lead a mission trip is to have partners that could join you guys. And then, of course, set clear expectations, what you're going to do, the vision, what team are you taking. So building a realistic budget as well. You know, you could research, how much is going to be the flight, how much is going to be the Airbnb, the hotel, or if we're staying at the church. So you want to have a realistic budget. So those are the 6 steps, what it takes to lead a mission trip. So just some key takeaway, pray and define purpose first. So we always want to do that. We want to pray and define the purpose. We want to plan early with our local partnerships. Number 3, we want to train early with our team for the spiritual, but also the culture. It could be a culture shock to them. The 4th one is focus on sustainable, not just charity. The 5th one, organize travel and safety thoughtfully. The 6th one is debrief and follow up with impact reports. So don't forget, what it takes to lead a mission trip after the trip, as well to debrief, what impacted them. But also this could be good for the host, so they can know what are the needs of the community. So putting a successful mission trip, this is what it takes, these 6 steps. Any questions that you guys have? No? So thank you so much again for listening. This information of my topic, what it takes to lead a mission. Thank you guys so much for joining me. With that.